Hello there everyone, welcome back to the James Redmond TV. Not by myself today, with a very special guest, the big brother that is a future Sky Sports reporter, fucking host of the KOP TV, the voice of the world's most famous stand, mate. He's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very much to the Park Pub for letting us record today. Alex, mate, I brought you along onto my channel. First off, everyone go and subscribe because I'm there all the time. It's the first thing we've got to get out the way. But we've got a lot of juicy Premier League games this weekend to get into, my mate, you know what I mean? There's some big games, the biggest one probably being, which we're going to start off with, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Two teams in good form, both got momentum behind them. I'm excited about this game, lads. I really am. I think a neutral should be excited about this game with what both teams have to offer offensively. Also, with the gaps that they've shown defensively as well, it could open up to be a good game. How do you see it happening? Do you see Arsenal being a big threat in this game, with the fact that they did beat us in the Community Shield, regardless of what you want to say?
Yeah, on pens. 1-0 in 90 minutes though. No, they beat us at their place back in June. I think it was the first league win they've had against us in 5 years. So I think this one, it's going to be very tight. Listen, they've got absolutely slumped when they've come here since 2016. You look at the scores: 3-1, 4-0. 5-1, 3-1, beat them 5-1 a few years back as well.
Just slapped them off.
But we haven't ever played them at Anfield so far under Wenger. Arteta. Yeah. He's definitely gone, Wenger is. But listen, I think it would be close. They've obviously got huge goal threats. They've proved that against us. We made 2 mistakes against them. They were clinical and they beat us 2-1 at their place. Community Shield, great goal from Aubameyang. He's always a threat. So is Lacazette. And they have got players that can hurt us. It's just defensively for them, I do worry. I think if the crowd was here at Anfield, I don't think it would be as close.
Different story. It's game changer when the fans are there. We are. I always say this about the Liverpool fans. I really feel like we're the best 12th man in world football. I think that's fair to say.
The proof is there. I think most teams would agree that when we need a goal, the KOP suck that ball in the net sometimes. So, listen, it's going to be close. They're going to hurt us. They will. I think they will score. Yeah. I think they're more of a threat up front than Chelsea were. Okay. But I am going to go with 3-1 to Liverpool. I think we haven't lost that home for over 3 years, James. 3.5 years.
No, you're right, lads.
Leeds was the best performance I've seen at Anfield since Palace beat us in 2017.
Yeah, even Leeds fans were saying, I can't remember the last team to score 3 against you in a league game, do you know what I mean? The last team to do it at Anfield was actually Arsenal, but that was League Cup, so we fucking checked. Do you know what I mean, lad? We won that one. No, but listen, nah, definitely. But do you know what though, lads? It is going to be an exciting game, like you say, Mikel Arteta. We haven't played him at Anfield. It is going to be interesting. We don't have that push of the 12th man, but one thing I've saw not only in the Leeds game, which was shown mostly, but also the Chelsea game, is this team has fight without fans. Like, obviously it is always a help, but that Leeds game, mate, literally last second is like, Jack, lads, sorting them out. But you know what I mean, though, lads, it shows that they've got that kick anyway. It's like Jurgen's just instilled that into him. So you said 3-1.
I think they play like that in training though. I think,
well, they must do to keep that intensity,
and they must play like that in training. Yeah. So you put them with fans, without fans, they just play by what they know, and that's what they do every day in training.
It's just class. Yeah, a few more things before I actually nail on my prediction. Then, a few great performances the other day. Thiago, Fabinho at centre back, unbelievable. Sadio Mane bagging a couple of goals, looking, mate, representing, of course. Mane running down the wing. But listen, mate, I don't know who your man of the match was for that game, but would you set out a similar system? I'm not asking for your starting 11 prediction. Go and check out his channel if you want that. But who do you see Fabinho starting centre back? Do you see Thiago being, starting this game with the fact he got his first 45 minutes?
Thiago starts the game. He's almost the first name on the team sheet at this stage already. Yeah. I think when you buy a player like him, he starts. Definitely. The next opportunity when there is a game, he starts.
Clash.
We spoke about the Lincoln game on my channel. That's already happened now, so yeah. But no, I think this game with Arsenal, I think we have to bring in Gomez, I'd say, back and put Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago if we can, if they're all fit. But Thiago has to start, man.
I agree, man. I agree.
For me as well.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Well, this is being recorded before the Lincoln game, so we are assuming that Jota's going to get a couple of minutes in that game. If so, this will be a good game for him to come on for like 20 minutes, like you said. Go ahead, Ben. Well, you say 3-1. I'm going to go with a 4-0 win. 4-0 win. I'm confident, man. And do you know what, lads?
You'd obviously prefer us to win 4-0.
Of course you would, and I understand your logic saying Arsenal are going to score offensively. They look boss. Aubameyang just signed a new contract. The club's lifted. It's amazing there, but the same with the Chelsea game, when people kind of raised their eyebrow when I said 2-0, and it was just like, I was bang on because but it weren't because of the Leeds game. I weren't thinking about that. I was thinking about, we're not going to play the same that we did the week before in this match, do you know what I mean? So I'm going with a 4-0 and I'm very confident on that. So leaving the comments down below, Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, what do you think the score's going to be in that game? Manchester United, now they're facing Brighton. Brighton, they look in form. They had a sound game against Chelsea on the opening day. They won the game against Newcastle, which I actually predicted them to lose. Sorry. Yeah, but Man United though, mate, I still had them the favourites for that game, as I'm sure everyone else did. Feather. And it's just like, lads, they just did not turn up. And the pressure's really on them, isn't it? It's got to be.
Yeah, the pressure's on. I'd say if it's not on already, it's definitely coming in the next couple of weeks if they don't string a few wins together. I think Ollie is under pressure. There were some shocking individual performances in their last game against Palace, lost 3-1 at home. That
was a crazy game, wasn't it? There was some shocking performances. They did get a bit unlucky. I want to touch on the penalty dead quick. What's your opinion on the De Gea decision? And obviously the penalty got retaken. It was a bit harsh, 2 yards.
Giving the penalty was harsh to start with. Retaking the penalty was harsh. But listen, sometimes you don't get the rub of the green. They can't always get the pens at Old Trafford. And having said that, we've had a few pens this season, and there have been a lot more penalties actually, and across all the games. There was 3 last night in the League Cup, in a game I was watching. So I think there's obviously chances that United can break into that top 4. But until this team starts playing well and gelling and fighting for the manager the same way we do, I think they're almost at the tipping point between is he going to keep his job? Like,
it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Score prediction for that game?
I'm going to go with...
Brighton's been playing well.
I'm going to go with 2-2. I really like Tariq Lamptey. And I think United are weak at left back, to be honest with you. They got exposed there by Crystal Palace. So if he can get crosses in, and Mope's on fire at the minute.
To be honest, I can see it going a similar way. I think there'll be less goals in the game. I do think without the additions of like Bruno Fernandes, Van der Beek, I feel like Ole will probably be out the job, because we know Bruno massively improved their team anyway. So the pressure is on. I'm going with a 1-1 draw, which is only going to amount the pressure onto them even more. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? Man United, they're not looking great, mate. They're not looking great, but a team that is looking quite good. And I hate to say it, but I'm happy for them, because they're like our annoying little cousins, you know what I mean, lad? Everton fans, they've just beat West Brom 5-2. They had a very sound performance against Spurs on the opening day. Now they've got Crystal Palace, 2 teams that have won 2 out of 2. Going to be exciting, Alex, lad. This is a good game. I'm looking forward to it as a neutral myself.
Yeah, if I was an Everton fan, I'd start getting excited, to be honest. Winning 2 at the first 2 games. They have got reason to be excited with their new midfield. I think that 3 of Decore, Alan and James.
They do look class.
Those signings compete with any signings that City have made in the summer.
100%.
And I think I can genuinely say that this is probably their first transfer window where they've nailed it. Because the last 2 or 3 years they've been buying absolute recycled business from Arsenal, Man United, teams like that. So listen, if I was them, I'd be excited. But listen, they've got to come to Anfield in a few weeks, and we know they haven't won there since 1999. Were you born in 1999?
Listen, mate, Everton have not beat us. I was born in 2001. Not to make you feel.
Never. No, I don't feel old, mate. That wasn't.
He's right, lad. He's right.
Rude. No.
You said it, not me.
Have some respect. No, I think so. You've never seen Everton win at Anfield, in your life?
Never, and I don't expect to start this season, to be quite honest with you. But no, I agree with you, lad. James Rodriguez has been quality so far. 13 Zeffo. James Rodriguez, though, lad, so far been boss. Like, he's been quality, do you know what I mean? Alan, I even said from the start that's just a belt to sign, and that's probably someone I would have took at Liverpool. Like obviously before Thiago and stuff. This is what I'm saying. He is genuinely just a class above, and I think Everton have made great additions to the squad. I do think this is going to be a difficult game. Crystal Palace, they've shown a positive start to the season. Roy Hodgson being one of the favourites as well, looking good. But I am edging Everton in this game. I am going to say a 2-1 win to Everton Football Club.
I'm going to go with 3-2, I think. They're still a little bit itchy at the back. Gave away a couple of soft goals against West Brom that they probably could have not conceded. 9 times out of 10, Everton do win, but obviously this is the Premier League. Comments down below.
talking about West Brom, and they've had a bit of a dodgy start to the season, but they faced good opposition. Leicester City on the opening day, then Everton Football Club as well. Now they've got a difficult game against Chelsea. It's not a very easy start for them, really, is it?
West Brom, Chelsea.
West Brom are at home for this game, of course, but it's not been a great start for West Brom so far.
I think if they'd be lucky to get a draw out of that game.
Ready.
And I think if Chelsea do win, maybe people will start to think that Chelsea are on the right path, but you can't judge them against the West Brom team who have just come back into the Premier League.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Frankie
going to get itchy fingers. He'll be on his yacht.
No, that's it though, lads, because the thing about Chelsea right now is obviously Frank Lampard, that if he doesn't deliver early on, the pressure will start to build, because with that amount of money being spent, it's a scary proposition when you do expect more. But one thing I will say about Chelsea in the Brighton game, they didn't look 100%, but that's normal, like we've said, it takes time. But in that game, they still won. They still got the result. Against Liverpool, they're facing the best team in the world. You don't expect them to win that game anyway. With 11 men, they're at least competing. I still thought we were on top, but they were at least competing. And then when they went down to 10 men, they completely capitulated. This game is obviously going to be very different. West Brom, like I said, I do see them getting a lot more goals. Even Timo Werner didn't really get that much of a sniff because of Fabinho, but was looking threatening nonetheless. So, I'll say what they got on the opening day of the season, 3-1. West Brom to nick one, but 3 goals for Chelsea.
I'd probably go with that as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea's still a little bit leaky at the back. They're obviously bringing in a new keeper. I'd like West Brom to win. I think Chelsea will come away with that one.
Okay. Next game, Burnley and Southampton. Dead quick, we'll go on to this one.
For a Southampton 2-1 win. Danny Ings is in form, as he has been really since he left Liverpool.
Listen, we take a lot of their players, but fucking hell, we've gave them a nice little one back.
Nice one there, and he was almost Premier League top goal scorer last season.
Yeah.
So 2-1 Southampton.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do you know what? I can fuck with that. I think Southampton have had a very solid start to the season, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, Danny Ings looking sound, scoring goals, still just carrying on from last season. He really does look at home in that team.
He really Southampton fan. So it makes sense for him to stay there.
Facing his former club in Burnley as well.
Yeah, obviously made his name at Burnley. We bought him from Burnley, so. No, I think
that'll be a good game. I'll say 2-1 as well. Leave in the comments down below. Sheffield United and Leeds United, my mate. Leeds United, box office. I always say Liverpool the best pay-per-view, mate, but Leeds United are taking over, lad. 4-3 against us, lost, still played well, and then 3-1 up against Fulham, and then they nearly fuck her up. What is Leeds United this season, lads? I don't even know.
Just a complete unknown quantity. But for this one, Yorkshire derby, Sheffield Leeds, I'm going to go with a Leeds away win 2-1. I'm going with James.
It does feel like a big fixture, like a Premier League historic fixture. Sheffield United, Leeds United.
It's a big game.
Do you know what I mean, lad? This is, and I'm glad the way that we've got some of the bigger teams back in the Premier League. Like because I haven't even seen them that much, like Leeds United and stuff. They're not that big to me, but I do know that they are big clubs. Do you know what I mean, lad? So it does only make sense. It's Tottenham and Newcastle. Now Tottenham, mate, they are looking.
Yeah, they're looking dangerous. It took them a week to settle in. I still think Mourinho isn't the right man for them in terms of long term. I think Spurs fans kind of know that as well. They're not really going to be getting 5, 6, 7 years out of this fella. I've obviously put Southampton to the side away from home. Kane 4 assists, Son 4 goals.
How crazy is that, by the way? Leave in the comments down below, who do you think had the better game, Son or Harry Kane? Unbelievable. Harry Kane maybe could even have found himself a new role in that game, maybe move a bit deeper.
We mentioned that. I think as he gets older, he's 27, 28 now. I think he's got 4 more years of being the main man, the number 9, and then you could see him drop. Rooney did it.
No, 100%, lad.
Gerrard did it later on in his career, so yeah.
How do you see them getting on in this game?
I'm going to go with 3-1 Spurs.
Yeah, I can see Spurs getting the 3 points in this game as well. I think, they've got a bit of momentum from the last one. I'm going to go with it. Go with a 2-0 win. This is another big fixture. Top of the league, Leicester against Manchester City, who have just came back and got a very impressive win against Wolves. Mate, this isn't... Listen, that is always an exciting game, Man City and Wolves, and that's because Wolves always give them a game. They gave them a game in this one as well, but Man City came away with the result.
Yeah.
Looking good, Phil Foden, De Bruyne looking as good as always.
They're always going to be up there, aren't they? However, Aguero's out. If Jesus gets injured, they're in trouble. Who would play up front? If you've seen, Podence had 2 glorious chances. Jimenez missed a sitter. It could have been 3 goals, which makes them have 4. They could have won that game.
100%.
And if Leicester are more clinical than Wolves, Vardy puts them away, doesn't he? So if they do get 2 or 3 chances, it could be a really tough night for City. And we've seen them get frustrated at home to Leicester before. Company scored that screamer that basically won them the league, and that
was devastating day of my life.
For a long time. Iheanacho missed a sitter that he should have scored in that game to win us the league. Cheers.
That day was genuinely worse than the Real Madrid final.
It was cursed. We just weren't going to win the league that year. But anyway,
he's fucked off.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think we're going to win the league. I do think we'll have too much for City, but I can see them winning this one at home. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester
top of the league, man.
Funny, man. Like, they know Brendan Rodgers knows how to at least set up. He might not be able to have the players.
Big name manager.
But
big name manager. He's not Jurgen Klopp at all, but he's a big name manager. Like you said, he's played, work for us, work for Celtic, big clubs.
Yeah. Listen, he's done what he had to do in his career. He's very kind of soul orientated in that way, if you think. But I'm going to go with 3-2 City on that. I don't think it'll be close.
What a game that! What a game that would be. And you know what, lads? I agree with you. I think there is going to be goals. I can see both teams scoring. I think Man City are going to get a repeat score of what they got against Wolves, 3-1. I can really see that happening. I honestly, mate, I do think for a squad, on paper, they've got the best. On paper, they've got the best in the league. Liverpool are catching up with them with the additions we've made very recently in Jota and Thiago. But I think they've still got the edge just purely based on the amount of money they've spent. I think they've got the better team than Leicester. But as we know, Leicester are an exciting team to watch when it comes to playing the big boys, and they are top of the league, so they might just want to stay there. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the score is going to be in that game. Right, the last 2 games, real quick: West Ham and Wolves. West Ham, David Moyes, he's not had a great start, Alex.
Could he? Even if he was the only one in the raffle.
Even if he's the only fucker one, is it?
I'm going with a convincing Wolves away win. I'm going to go with 2-0.
Okay. Jimenez looking boss as well, and listen, mate, just all Adam Traore, they've been able to keep hold of the big boy players, and as I said before, had a sound performance against Man City.
That Semedo today for 30 mil from Barca.
Quality signing.
I'm going with them.
Another Portuguese man as well, No, I'm going to go with Wolves. No, defo. 3-2 to Wolves. And then the last game, Aston Villa and Fulham. Now listen, before, just very briefly, but Fulham, I feel like they've had a bit of a harsh sort of take on the start of the season. They faced good opposition. They faced Arsenal, just faced Leeds, as we know is good opposition. It's a lot of people are having them to finish relegated, and no one's really giving them a chance to stay up. I don't know, lad, if you're talking to me. I think they've got an alright chance. I think they play okay football, and I think they can stay in games. What do you see going in this one?
Villa, Fulham. I think Villa will put them away, to be honest with you, James. I think Fulham and Norwich, not Norwich, Fulham.
Villa just got a good win as well, good one.
Yeah, they've exactly, and they beat United a couple of weeks ago in pre-season. Ollie Watkins scored. I think Fulham are really gonna, if they're gonna stay in this league, they're really gonna have to get some results early, just so they're not nervous going into it, and not chasing the escape. But I think Villa are looking decent, to be fair. They just brought that in Traore from Lyon. Yeah. So if anything, they're going to get better than what they are. It's a bit of a new look attacking force for them, but I'm going to go with 3-1 Villa. 3-1
Villa. We're going to disagree. Fulham, I'm having faith in yous, and yous better fucking do it, you cunts, because I swear to God, I don't usually get these wrong, yeah. I'm going 2-0 Fulham, mate. I'm going 2-0 Fulham, and I'm backing yous. I've gave yous a bit of leeway there. Yeah, no, don't let you down. Listen, anyway, thanks one for watching news, Alex. I really do appreciate you coming on, man, honestly. Everyone, of course, like I said at the start of the video, the KOP TV, go and subscribe. I'm there all the time. But listen, post-match reactions, all that malarkey. We've even got content out there right now as we speak, so go and check that out. Nice one again, Alex, brother.
All the best, brother.
Peace out.